Welcome, beautiful soul family. This is a very special reading for the collective. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a really cool spread. So it's going to be really looking into all about the aspects from the past, present, future. This will be incorporating mind, body, spirit. All right, for the collective, all about the consciousness, all about understanding and grounding the roots. And when we understand the roots, the base, it can really create a foundation to grow and to be able to open up, express yourself, be that raw, be that raw person that you are authentically. Nothing to feel you have to hide. All right, so this is all about the stages. Find the more we awaken, the more you awaken, it is more comfortable in those truths, which were the dark. Now seeing clarity in the dark. All right, so we're going to start 3 cards, and I'm going to pull 3 cards from, okay, so tarot first, and then with the tarot, I'm going to accompany it with an oracle card, all right? And that's going to be the tool to use, all right? Tapping into the collective, please. Messages for the collective. The awakening. Mind, body, spirit. Root. The root of it all the way up to the extension, the authentic self, when you're really aligned and it's your crown chakra, it feels like you are connected. You feel more, things look different, they sound different. It's just a whole different senses. It's almost like awakening your 6th sense. All right, so let's go. Let's see. Star Aquarius, that's right. You are the star. The authentic awakened souls. Also amazing. All right, so we have at the beginning of the story, or we could call it the past. So this is the mind. So with the mind, we usually don't forget, or things that we do that we don't release stay in our mind, and they actually end up buried down into our digestion, into our sacral, and this causes emotional struggles, not releasing these burdens. So with our mind, if we're able to not put things off or avoid, or even like the 2 of Swords, have blinders over us, not wanting to see. So the mind is all about the beginning stage of the awakening. So what in the past has been overburdening? Because with this 10 of Wands, it's a long journey, carrying too much, overburdened, overloaded. You've carried enough. The lesson you have learned. This is the energy of taking on too much as when you first become awakened, so the mind is aware, just like a moth. The moth is aware that the light will burn them, but they still impulsively, because the mind is very quick, it's swift. So to react, to respond really quickly, the moth will naturally fly to the source of light, the warmth, and missing an aspect. So it's that quick reaction to what makes sense, but there is this journey of awakening consciousness, all about learning lessons of doing things a little bit differently, not getting burnt. You know, we've all been burnt with situations, overburdened, and those were to bring us this realization of that those certain things are needing to, they're needing to come to that realization, that truth, that where you are not just aware, but accepting, and you are using logic over completing tough cycles, looking at this as growth, and always being in a cycle of overburdened. You're strong and you don't want to give up, so you think the right thing to do is keep going. We've all done this. This is part of the journey. And then looking back and realizing you're not any further than you were. So that's what the 10 of Wands is. The long journey, yes. You're very strong and confident, powerful, not wanting to give up. This is the fire signs. Very determined. We'll do the work. Action. But desires can sometimes, desires of creating a perfect world sometimes leaves a misunderstanding of how perfect really is. Sometimes just needing to realize, even though all the time and energy put in a direction, it's to continue because of the long journey and how much work, and not wanting to be a quitter or stand down, but going in the wrong direction. At some point, you realize has no point. Rising above the situation, the 7 of Wands. Yeah, so this is the protection energy. No longer in the available space. Being in your own energy and rising above the situation. We have, you see the sacral, the yellow, the emotional. This is the releasing of it. Being aware, being its present, and accepting this part of the overburden, and accepting the challenges, accepting the experiences as possible failures. But failures are actually the best way to find your direction. You're not a failure by making mistakes or being so resilient. You just want to keep going. But there's a sense of letting go of that never quitting energy, because it's brought you this far for a reason. To be inspired, to see above the situation, move in a different direction, move away from moving your own direction of growth. This is following your own journey. Not letting others poke at your happiness, your ascension. It's all the different colors. All these wands have different colors. I've never noticed that. Yeah, so this is like, you're releasing the emotion and not letting it burden you anymore. Don't be too prideful. It's the ego that never wants to accept that maybe there is a different way, a higher route. You're not defeated. You're just looking at the past and situations as a different light, a higher perspective. Growing the wisdom that you were meant to do this, you were meant to go this journey, you're meant to make everything that you had to go through was so that you get to this point now of elevation. And that's the only way you would have gotten to this journey, the spiritual growth, is if other situations I feel like it's just you've had enough and you decided to do the work inside instead of taking on all the work, taking on all taking on this long journey that wasn't ending up anywhere. It's like looking for a journey, looking for the end of this journey and just collecting more baggage. Because the journey was inside. Alright, so one more card. So yeah, in the cocoon stage, the body, this is what you are. You are creating something new. You're healing. So this is the opportunity to elevate beyond the outer world, to grow, put the work into yourself. Let go of the conflicts, let go of the excess. Don't let it harbor any more time. All right. Two of Wands. So that's all fire. Look at that. Wow, collective, this is all about purpose. Fire, fire, fire. And we have Aries, Leo, and Sag. It's the end of a long journey. Releasing all of the physical, material things that you try to take with you. I feel like this is letting go of holding on to all this baggage. It's like you finish the journey, you're at the bottom here, and you're still feeling like, okay, now what? And then you realize it wasn't about the end of the journey or where, or getting to a destination, but it was all about realizing the destination was in a completely different place. growth within the burdens. You've grown. It's like you're not having that inner struggle anymore, the conflicts within. It's almost like the conflicts, all these sticks are all parts of you, I feel like, that you've grown, that you have healed, all the chakras. It's inspiring growth, inspiring an aha moment. It's like the light went on and you are inspired. Letting that desire, letting that light within. Letting that be seen, be exposed. Releasing all the emotional baggage. You're growing. Growing from the circumstances. You know how strong and powerful you are. You know how courageous. That inner beast within. You're powerful within the vitality. You're now getting back to yourself and not giving away. All right, and the spirit, you're calling. 2 wands. Inspiration. Your calling is showing you a different vision. You're seeing growth on a different path. Seeing the world all about wanting to really, I feel like you're something is pulling you in a different direction. It's really inspiring, a creative, looking in a different, looking at how these times of when you're rushing in unprepared actually made the journey longer. A lot of extra twists and turns. But this is the energy that the inexperienced moth, ready to, let's go, you know, wanting to dive into and make moves and no questions asked. Rushing in, like the Knight of Swords, rushing in, ready for battle, but forgetting a shield. So acting, but needing a plan. So now you're able to elevate and see above. It's like now you're on this mountain, right? It's like the burdens, you're at the bottom of the mountain. And then you see after a little bit of obviously disappointment, you know, still not sure where the right, you know, you had this long journey, climbed the mountain, now you've gone down the mountain and still feeling lost with more questions and more baggage and even more tired. That's when you have the time to sit with yourself and work with the energies. That there was a needed growth. It was time to change the cycles, elevate, out of making stronger choices, releasing this energy of thinking you have it all under control, thinking that you have figured it all out. I don't think we really any of us have. And this 10 of Wands, it's like you go back to the one. With the 1 of Wands, inspiration. You have a new inspiration at the bottom. As you see the three candles, the three lights, fire, leading the way. It's completion of a cycle. Now you realize you're at the start again. Frustrated and out of options. You have a spark of inspiration. This time of isolation, being overburdened and frustrated, challenged. Because you've done the journey, you've done the work, the endurance. But now needing to let go of what worked before or being overworked. The universe doesn't want you overworked. The universe wants you in your purpose, placing your energy the way it should be, so that you can shine a light so others can see. So this is moving away from what's holding you back. Elevating your body, elevating the material world, not holding yourself in restrictions, confined to limitations that were, it's like you're going out of boundaries, you're going out of here you are elevating. Putting this into yourself. In the dark times, you saw the light. The light came on the path. that's when the light came on, the inspiration. We realized all of this, all of the wrong turns and the mistakes were the reason why you have been able to understand why you were in the dark. So you could see your resilience and the truth. The truth set you free. Now, not in the conflict, the challenges, moving away from that lack of purpose, lack of guidance. So within this healing energy of the challenges, I feel like you are embodying the emotions, allowing yourself to be seen, allowing the emotions to be heard, and allowing parts of you, even the dark, the shadows, to have a space. That's working with the dark and the light. It's your true power. It's discovering your light within, in the dark. Moving on from circumstance. Moving on to your purpose, where we have spirit, your calling, the butterfly. This is you seeing a different direction, inspired, motivated, confident. Moving away from the old, leaving the growth behind, leaving the old, wand, the old, somebody else's purpose behind. So this is the energy of being able to be creative and to be curious, to wonder other possibilities, not living in fear, but looking at the world in a bigger aspect, looking at the world growing, from an authentic place. So your authentic self is about making bold moves. There's always been something yearning. I feel like there's been an inner calling, something in your heart chakra that's been desiring a different opportunity, a different, maybe having a job or having some kind of lifestyle, but always looking and thinking, well, it would be nice if I could be like this, but I can't. Well, this is your calling. This is your energy to be authentic, and not, if you're not moving in the direction for you, then you're only holding yourself back. Seeing a new way looking out the window too, looking out the window. So there is something definitely else that brings you peace, that brings you happiness, that brings you, just feels natural. This pulling is your calling. See beyond. What was leading your life? What has you wondering, visioning, growth, success, victory? What is celebration? Is the strings here with the light? There's like light bulbs going off, and it's pulling you to a clear, beyond the walls, a different direction. So, all this fire, definitely feel like this is all about purpose, desire, all about the growth, the journey you have been on. You have the inspiration. You have the exploration. With this elevations. Whatever you're elevating, expanding, the Sagittarius, whatever, this is all about growth, beyond. You're releasing the emotions, anything that was holding you back. Any regret. I feel like you're releasing. You're going above the situation. Whatever you're creating, it is it's big dreams, big dreams. Maybe anything emotional that held you back was all about self-expression, being who you truly are. Now you can release all of the judgments, all of the this is like growth in your direction. Nobody else's growth is affecting you anymore. You are all about your growth. What you're here to do is not walk a journey. Walk the same journey a million times. whatever you have been taken out of this energy, whatever you have had to leave behind this burden, it is giving you a whole new inspiration, a whole new freedom to express yourself, be who you are. Who you are. Not allowing anybody else to get into your energy. This is you being your authentic self. Releasing all these burdens, releasing all this building something beautiful, releasing the burdens, releasing the emotional restraints, releasing the conflicts within or without, and now being driven by your true desires.